It is not
Hello.
Wednesday.
Hi, Sandy. Don't press the activity. It's all DMCA music.
Good, that's fine. Then I shall find my own way.
It's fine. I'm gonna be changing music soon.
Oh god. Oh, and this is Polaris activities. I see.
Yeah.
So basically, I just had the Asphodel playlist playing.
Gotcha. Thank you for the heads up.
What he thinks is Asphodel playlist.
This is the Asphodel playlist because she's my character, motherfucker.
No.
Is she?
Is she?
Is
Good question.
Is she even your character?
She's my character.
Well, she's a mixture of your character and my character. I really think about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
She's
guess-
our
I
child.
suppose so.
Damn.
Huh. That's...
So which one are
Importing
you? It's
human.
not death. Never mind.
Human got
Excuse
imported.
me, Kira?
Human got imported.
The fuck did I just hear?
So is Kira stepmom in this regard?
No. No.
Also, hi, I'm here for some reason.
Hello here.
You want to watch?
I mean, once it starts, just let me know when it starts.
D&D capture.
Fine, we're-
Nope, not that one.
We're starting soon.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yes, food.
Oh my god, why is he there? Gross.
Boomst.
Why is who there?
Are you streaming?
I am streaming, yes.
Okay.
You are warned.
Hmm. Then never mind. You can just look in the group chat.
Okay.
Because if you scroll up a little bit, he will be there, and you will know what I mean. And the secrets are true.
Meow meow. Yeah, the meow meow is not meow meowing as much. Not a very meow meow vibe.
Whoops, that was the wrong password.
You mean it's not
Whoops.
auto-saved?
No, I typed in the luck this one by mistake.
Oh.
I keep doing that.
Well, I mean, even the
Me-
other one is auto-saved for me. So.
Yeah,
Well, I don't auto-save the passwords on
That's
me
why.
every time I try to log into like Lactus, going into Dungeon Master and writing my Dungeon Master password and be like, oh wait,
Yeah,
this
like,
is
oh,
Wait a
not,
minute.
this is not the
Meanwhile, my
place.
Dungeon Master password.
I see.
Wait, so which group chat are you talking about, Kira?
Secrets are true.
Yeah.
Secrets what? Secret?
Just check the one that's on top on your Discord
Oh,
right
Secrets
now.
of Truth. Right.
Meow meow.
I'm trying to lay off candy. I wonder how grumpy I'm gonna be.
Damn.
I'm replacing it with fruits right now. Fruit and tiny
Nice.
candy.
What kind of fruit, though? This is a good question. A very important question.
The fruity kind.
Red grapes and watermelon.
Interesting
Because
combo.
strawberry season is over, watermelon season begins.
Watermelon.
Alright.
Watermelon.
I will BRB. Also
Okay.
getting some water.
Why is that song about the ones unavailable? Weird.
This is weird as heck. Have you guys seen the Minecraft movie trailer?
I refuse. I refuse to look at it. Why does my head hurt?
Photorealistic sheep, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like, what in the goddamn? You couldn't just make a fucking 3D animation like they did since like 2011?
Right. Yeah. This movie is not made for like
The people that actually played Minecraft.
Yeah. It's made for the new generation.
The Gen
of
Alpha.
kiddos. Yeah.
The ones that need to be burned.
Huh?
You're still on stream.
I know
In
I'm on
Minecraft.
stream.
Okay. Well, I guess you heard him, Gen Alpha. Fire.
Yes. This is a threat. Not really. Kinda.
In
Make sure
Minecraft.
to blow out all your candles before you go to sleep, otherwise you'll burn.
Is that a saying?
Nope.
No, but it's good advice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
you
is
know.
good advice. Imagine going through your entire birthday without blowing out your candles and they somehow kept burning. And your fucking house burns down because of it. Imagine being that incompetent and unlucky.
Yeah, how could you, Polaris? How could you?
I will
I will,
Either it was too bad for the stream, or I literally couldn't think of something good enough.
No, I immediately went to arson again, but it's like
Nah.
so I told like Sojin and like worry about this. So basically I had a really fucked up work day.
Hmm,
And it still has lingering effects on anger.
Same.
I see.
Like, hold on, I can show you the fucking picture. 1 second. And this wasn't even the worst of it. This was while the shit show was still happening, by the way. But I gave like Sojin a minute and a half long voice note explaining the situation and how like
Good.
annoyed I was. It was not good.
Thank you for
And I
being
was-
my distraction before, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. I got you.
Hmm.
As long as you
He's so
felt better about that.
Stupid.
Yeah.
That was the first thing he said to me when I mentioned that, by the way. He said, she's stupid.
Well,
Yeah.
he's a bitch. Scared me.
Yeah, but so, if you see that fucking picture,
Oh my god.
so I want you to imagine. So these are like UPS trucks, like normal ass like delivery trucks.
Mm-hmm.
I had 5 of them. I was in the first one, looking down towards mine. We were not done polling yet. This was at 9:30 a.m. We should have been off at like 9 a.m.
Oh my god.
We stayed until 10 a.m. It was a complete shit show.
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem is they basically... So we're split into like box lines, basically, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm on 2.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, like a month ago or something, they decided to switch out all the bulk stops, like all the like the SurePost like bulk shit,
Mm-hmm.
and they gave that to our line entirely
Huh.
for some reason, instead of just distributing it like normal, which worked. So for the past like 3 weeks, it's been a steady like increase of like hell of us staying overtime, and this was like the straw that broke the camel's back, basically, because we were all stuck here.
Nice.
Every single
I mean,
person
not nice.
was just stuck. An hour past the time we were supposed to leave.
Damn.
While all the trucks that were supposed to leave on like box lane 1 already were gone like for a long time at that point.
Hmm.
So it was an empty ass facility like for half of it. And then you have us, like the entire box line 2, everyone that works on the Saturday, just stuck. Helping each other. I had 3 people helping me.
Damn.
And these are you're supposed to be like 1 person per like bowl, basically. I had 3 people helping.
Jesus Christ.
For 4 people on 5 trucks. Because it was that like bulky bullshit. And we couldn't even get a lot of it on either. We had to put some of it in the cages again.
What the fuck?
Because like we couldn't fit it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, I'm almost done.
It was really bad.
I am basically done, to be fair. So, I'm just gonna get the
Basically
music.
done.
Yes, I'm just gonna get the music.
Shit takes taco and crunches it.
Takes taco, it falls to the ground. No!
I'm gonna take a potato chip and eat it.
No, I steal it. I put a potato chip in a defense position.
Sorry about that, I'm back.
I draw a
Welcome
pot
back.
of greed.
What's up?
Oh, I spilled water. it took me longer to get water than normally it would. Had to clean it up.
It's fine. You know what? When you joined in, I was so close to going, "Hi, Sarthas," because that's what my brain zoned in on like when you hold the mouse over our like icons, the names pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my brain went to first. My brain has been doing stuff today.
So it seems.
Mm.
All right, we all got black screen, or
It's intentional.
got it.
I'm gonna go have a good one.
You too, man. See ya.
Am I good? Okay, so I need to save this. I need to keep this music here, and I need to pull out the other song that's gonna be playing at the beginning. No, not the Blood Cleric. That's for the first of these.
Oh, what?
Oh, no, don't worry.
But excuse me?
Nothing. I just nothing.
Should I be scared?
No. Well, yeah, no, no.
Well, yes, but actually no.
Yes, you should.
Should I start screaming?
Yes, right now.
Right now?
All right, one sec.
Preemptively?
I'm just excited for that. Let's fucking go!
Bro said.
I go all out.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I'm surprised that Rex still hasn't recorded my screams and made a scream soundboard like he said he was going to do.
You would love that.
You know, if I ever did voice acting, I feel I could do some pretty damn good screams.
Polaris is hosting? Is he? Not anymore, at least.
What the fuck?
Hosting? No.
Nuh-uh.
Mecha, Gundam Breaker 4?
Boys, please leave the activity.
No.
I need to be able to be hosting this.
No.
Yes.
No.
Perfect.
You lose your super inspiration.
No!
You lose your character.
No! My wife!
Okay.
I miss my wife, Sonic.
This music should be fine to play now.
I miss
and
my
then
wife's song. I miss her a lot.
And once again, we will
What?
find ourselves in the snowy camp. This time, our focus is going to be Albus Asphodel.
Yippee!
So,
Oh, I need to put
fair
this-
warning, there's gonna be not that much inclusion of other characters in this one, specifically.
No worries.
Understood.
It's observational.
Okay. Asphodel. After achieving omni intelligence, you've been finding your kind of thoughts wandering towards like visages and memories that you don't recall. You think they belong to your previous incarnation a lot. And every time you spend time working on your simulacrum, tinkering on some new magics, spending time with Zardas or others, your thoughts always wander towards whatever you can learn, and that is what later leads you to ask the questions that you have asked. But before that, on one specific day, you find yourself sleeping, which is weird because you do not sleep. The scene is yours.
Noted.
Why do I feel tired? Exhausted, perhaps, from studies. That is unusual, isn't it, Nevermore?
Because Nevermore would probably feel this feeling too, right?
Yeah, he's like almost falling asleep.
Aw, little buddy.
Should we nap?
She says, like, weirdly, like, not really knowing how to do that anymore.
We could try.
Well, I guess we can just return back to my tent and request some solitude.
Let's do that.
That would be ideal. I feel like falling over.
Maybe you should let the others know just in case.
That would be nice.
So, okay, so it's just Zarthaz and... So,
Emery.
Yep.
for narrative purposes, let's just do Zarthaz and Emery.
Zarthaz.
Blush.
I could be over here. Let's go.
Yes.
I feel off today. I think I require some rest.
Off.
Unusually tired. As if I'm going to just collapse. You know, I do not sleep normally.
Will you be retreating to your quarters then?
Mm-hmm.
She nods.
However, I would prefer to be alone for a while. Just saying.
Understood. But this is bizarre. So don't be surprised if I check in on you.
You may do so. I have no issues with that.
Yeah, just holler if you need anything.
Unfortunately, I don't think I can scream anymore.
Huh?
She never yells, so she never really tried.
Huh.
She's too soft-spoken for that.
Just make
Slight
Nevermore
grin
do
from
what she
Sarthas.
does.
Bastard.
But I guess I'm going to return to my quarters. I will see you at some point.
Very well.
Have a nice rest, you guys.
Curtsy bow. Hobble, hobble, hobble.
Also, chronologically, this would happen after Zarthaz's thing. Not like too long. So, especially that might make Zarthaz more suspicious as he has seen many things happen to companions.
Yeah. Afflicted with... What's the word? Be tired.
Drowsiness.
Not drowsiness. What's the better word for it?
Fatigue.
Or... Yeah,
Exhaustion.
Afflicted with fatigue. That is unlike her. Even despite the countless hours she pours over tomes, she never once flinches at the thought.
Yeah, you're right.
Something is
Weird.
amiss.
I don't think she ever slept, as far as I'm aware.
Not in the natural sense. I'll give her a few moments.
Looks to Emery. How's your head?
She just leans her head to the side, looking up, and be like, I feel fine.
That's good. Well, I'll leave Asphodel in your hands rather than...
Nods.
And Asphodel, as you... So, how would she lay down? Would she sit in her usual... Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was typing it up. So basically, as she goes in the tent, since she doesn't like sleep conventionally, under normal circumstances, she just kind of just sits there. Usually, sometimes laying down just to get cozy. In this case, being just so unfamiliar with actually going to sleep or being tired like this, she kind of just like lays down, just holding Nevermore like a stuffed toy. She's staring blankly at the ceiling, just kind of waiting for something to happen.
He literally goes, eh?
No.
Like a squeaky toy.
Nevermore, how long is this going to take?
I think you need to close your eyes and just wait. Doze off very slowly.
Nevermore, you know I cannot close my eyes, right?
Oh. Unfocus yourself. Try to do what you do when you rest than usual.
Normally that just kinda happens. I just sort of pass out.
Just cover your eye socket with your hair.
So I guess Asphodel, still partly conscious, just fucking uses her hair and like puts it in front of her eyes. Just holds it there.
Believe me, it works. It works.
Smart.
Nevermore, I'm still conscious.
Just give it a moment. I need to do something real quick.
Why does that concern me?
Do not worry.
Where's the thing? I lost a map. Give me a moment.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Okay,
He
got it.
wasn't ready!
No, I got it. Easy. Not even close. It was in the wrong folder. That was the problem. And that was a pretty big problem, to be fair. Because it's...
Well, don't save in the wrong folder.
Yeah. It was in the folder for Bloodbath Festival for some fucking reason.
Huh.
A campaign that doesn't exist anymore. Okay. I
That's
think
what's okay now.
you guys will still have vision, even if it's just I want to say Alnoa, Asphodel on the field, because you have observers over
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Okay. Alnoa, phew.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Asphodel, as you kind of cover your eyes with your bangs and look at the side of the tent, as you like start to feel even more and more tired and see and hear Nevermore kind of doing this like little snoring, going as he snores. You feel yourself kind of like if something or someone was taking over your mind in a way. And as you do, where's the thing? There it is. Everything around you becomes filled with darkness. Not the, magical darkness that you have experienced already, or usual darkness. It feels like something that you've been missing for a while.
Something that Asphodel immediately recognizes as some sort of like mental unusualness, I guess.
Yes. And after a while, you wake up. There's no breeze of the cold air that's been kind of hitting the tent. There's no sound of the soldiers or your companions from the outside. There's silence. And as you kind of turn around, you find yourself not on the bedroll that you usually rest on, not usually used for sleeping. You find yourself on sandy stone ground.
So.
So it's an immediate like pop back to reality for Asphodel,
Yes.
I guess, in this case.
Yes.
So I guess still seated from the ground, she just kind of looks around for the moment.
As you look around and you look up, you can see stars. The night sky filled with countless stars gazing back at you.
Oh, that's pretty. But why am I here?
Crunch, Crunch slowly gets up. Turns around. What's the boy doing?
And he is snoring out of his mind.
Nevermore.
Poke, poke, poke.
Ah. Flies up. Use usual spot.
What is it? What? Where are we?
I am not sure. But I don't believe this is some form of transportation. This might be some sort of cognitive plane.
Exactly.
You do realize you understood what I just said, right?
I do.
Fair enough.
Pet's Nevermore, knowing he's the slow part of the brain.
Yes.
Sometimes.
That is to say, where exactly in my mind am I?
That is a good question.
As you kind of look around, even though nothing immediately like strikes you as something you have seen before, it does feel somewhat nostalgic. You feel like you might have seen this scenery before, through like a thick fog.
So, question: in terms of like spell casting, am I able to just do that like on command?
Yes.
For the most part. Can Asphodel just like basically rapid immediately cast detect magic?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me. Where the fuck is it at? Right here.
Instantly, you feel all sorts of magic surrounding you. From the ground, from the sky, from yourself, from Nevermore, from everything that surrounds you.
Well, it definitely appears that this is a plane of magic. There's no
But
particular school which stands
One
out.
school specifically is missing. Necromancy.
Necromancy.
I should not be surprised that necromancy is missing, but that is rather odd considering I exist.
Well, you aren't really undead, so
Not that this spell would normally detect. Perhaps we should just carry on then.
Exactly.
If this is my own mind, I sure hope I don't find horrors beyond my own comprehension.
Nah, surely not.
She finds a Zarthas that loves and cares for her.
Oh my god.
jeez. Oh no. It's Asphodel's personal perceptions of her companions.
Oh. As you approach up the stairs, by something that resembles a gate, you can see this what you think is a man in a long coat with a cane. His presence kind of fleeting, hazy in a way. Even though he seems like his form is stable, you can also see those like dark strands constantly living and conjoining into his body. And you feel like you recognize this person.
I guess Asphodel stops where she is upon detecting and thinking about this person.
Excuse me?
There's no response.
Asphodel gives it a second, like as if there's like some sort of like, weird like response time.
He's just standing there.
Menacingly.
Indeed. I guess we should approach. He doesn't radiate malice, does he, Nevermore?
No. He seems familiar in a way.
And as
Stops
you-
at the bottom of the stairs.
As you stop at the bottom of the stairs, the person turns around and faceless. But you can feel like they're gazed down at you.
Greetings.
So you have finally returned to me.
Return to you.
I've been awaiting your visit.
And who exactly are you?
You could consider me a father of sorts.
Asphodel
I've-
stops for a second. That's like tingle like sensation
Oh yeah.
everywhere.
Father figure.
I've had a hand in making you what you are right now.
You are the entity of death that helped create me. With Jennifer. Are you?
You could consider me that. I am much more than just an entity. Though it does not matter what I truly am. What does
Does it
matter is, why are you here?
I guess that is a question for both of us, is it not?
He steps to the side.
Come closer, child.
Feeling a sense of comfort, she kind of just doesn't really slowly approach, but like a very like casual stride, like stride, I guess. Right
And he
beside
kind
you.
of hits with his cane like the forward of the first step a little bit.
This place is a manifestation of one's past, future, and present. You are the present. The future seems to be unknown, but the past, your memories, are still within yourself.
Do you mean my time as Elnoa?
He nods.
It seems like whoever took away your memories, whoever sealed them away, whatever their goal was, wanted you to learn about them sooner or later.
But why would they hide them in the first place?
Curious, isn't it?
It is rather curious.
I wonder, what kind of past will you see? And what kind of future will you bring?
Will you be there to guide me throughout those?
I will follow you. You will not be able to see me, and I will be there with you.
Why do I find this comforting?
My child, for we've met many times before,
And a part of you, and he kind of pokes the front of your chest.
is a part of me.
Asphodel looks at her mark.
The mark seems to be swirling around with power.
Does this power like manifest in any particular way here? Like
Uh,
unusual?
So usually how it's just a scar. It was just a scar that was like kind of illuminating with this like dark power in a way. This time around, it feels like it's instead of a scar, it's like an actual symbol that was like showing up on your hand on the like top of your hand, and the swirling energy kind of moves around all of your arm, shifting its form constantly.
Although some of that power is the remnants of what your first patron left you. And it seems like she still left you quite a bit of a gift after you returned. I am not surprised, but you'll learn why very soon.
It seems so. Shall we travel through the doorway?
Go ahead. I'll follow you.
Asphodel nods. She kind of looks at Nevermore for a second.
Nevermore is silent.
Like, and just walks through.
Okay. I'm gonna give you control over a token. Let's see. DDD. This thing. Configure ownership. Server and Polaris has owner. Save changes. Perfect.
I am the owner.
You are the owner. Let me get the other music.
Why did she get a wholesome dad?
See, my dad's awesome. My dad can kick your dad's ass.
Eh.
Don't worry, he's
Oh, wait.
wanted in
Wait,
multiple countries.
Yeah.
Have
I'm going to commit several war crimes. It's the fucking. Have you seen this man in your dreams?
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
But it's just this guy.
It's just this guy. We don't know him, but he seems pretty chill to hang out with. Please tell us if you've seen him.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen him, but he went out to get milk like a while ago.
Last online 7 years ago.
Okay. And as you step through the door, you feel your memories fading away. All of your memories as Asphodel, everything that you have experienced ever since you have woken up, seems to fade away. As you find yourself in the grand area, the cathedral where all of the heroes have been chosen and welcomed. Standing on the sideline, you see your queen, the highest priestess of Pristilla, the one who you look up to the most, with a confident demeanor, stand in front of 4 individuals. You remember that those 4 individuals were chosen to be the next heroes, and especially one of them has been considered to be the greatest hero of them all, even before venturing out, as his talents have been considered unbelievable by many. And yet you were called here, even though the ceremony wasn't connected to you in any way. The queen called you, and after she greets all of the heroes and speaks with them for a little bit about the current situation and what she believes for them to what can lead them to victory, she bestows upon them their artifacts instantly, together with their marks. Salazar, gaining an amulet with a claw that seems to have granted him powers of a warlock. And his mark of occultism, which seems to enhance them.
Juanier getting the Heartbreaker bow that once was considered to be of the arsenal of the goddess of love that died long time ago. And ox mask that kind of would remind you of far western cultures.
Hmm.
The hero Lumine granted only one thing: a sword that seemed to have been held in Belden for centuries. And Lancelot being granted bracelets of strength that allowed him to wield a lance and a shield at the same time without any problems. I forgot about the marks. And Juania, yeah, I was like, oh wait, marks. Juania, wielding the mark of trickery, which granted her near invisibility and the ability to sneak around anywhere she wanted to. Lumine, his mark, the mark of a hero, the mark of a chosen one, granting him the power of all 13 classes. And Lancelot, being granted the power of longevity, the power to, even as a half-elf that he already is, survive the most dire situations and never age.
Huh.
And as the ceremony seems to be coming to a close, you are called by the Queen. Halnoa, please step forward.
I guess this is probably immediately shocking to her.
Yes.
Hobble, hobble, hobble. For immediate Western prostration.
Yes, my queen.
I have a gift and a favor to ask of you.
Yes, of course, anything.
First, the favor. I'd like you to journey forth with the 4 heroes as the 5th one. You've proven yourself to be the greatest successor I could ever think of. I, for a while, wanted you to prove yourself beyond just prayer and arts of health.
Noah is speechless.
I would like you to join these 4 heroes, for I believe that this is a time when Belden will break free of the curse of the demons. Yet, she kind of gazes over the 4 heroes. They lack someone to back them up. All of them can bring great destruction upon the enemy, but none of them can protect one another.
I will grant the blessings of the goddess Priscilla upon them, to the best of my ability.
I know you will. And hence why. And she will grab a small coffer. She opens. And she presents you 2 items. One that seems like a prestigious robe made of finest silks that kind of seem like they're made of the light itself. And the other thing, a staff. A staff that you have seen the Queen wield many times while she was praying.
Holy shit.
And it would always, every single time, lead to the goddess responding. As you are granted the Staff of Divine Queen and Priscilla's Embrace.
Huh. Interesting.
I am blessed. my queen. I cannot grant any more thanks. I don't think I can offer much in that regard.
You do not need to do that, child. And she kind of steps forward and grabs your, like, kind of. I assume you're like kind of kneeling in front.
Yeah, it's like full like nun kneel, I guess.
She kind of pulls you up to make you stand up straight. You've been by my side ever since you were a child. You did your very best to serve. And even though the times that are to come will bring a lot of trouble to you, I'm sure you can deal with it. For you are the greatest healer, greatest cleric, the highest priestess of Priscilla. I believe that in a few years' time you would even overcome me.
I'm honored that you think such a way, my queen.
And when you come back, even though it was never announced publicly, I will finally accept you as my child.
Noah is like beaming in happiness.
Thank you.
Can she go in for a hug?
Yes.
She goes in for a hug.
Light of the audience. Queen Monica like responds to your hug with also embracing you, and she pats your head.
I won't disappoint you, Mother.
I know, my child. I'll be awaiting your return. Now, go forth. And she pats your hand one last time.
So I guess she takes a single step backward, almost falls down the stairs, but doesn't. And
Shuanya would instantly start chuckling.
yeah, just a typical anime like kind of reaction. And she turns around, looks back at Mom with the biggest like smile on her face, looking towards all the heroes and stuff. Is she familiar with them, like all of them, basically?
She would have seen them a few times since they were actually trained in here, and you would have seen them train and talk with each other, hang out, and basically become friends. And you probably observed from your room in the cathedral the many times as they were basically usually hanging out in the courtyard. You would have a good you would more or less know what their personalities were. Salazar, the broody and edgy magician who would always just stand on the side and try to not spend too much time with others, when actually he obviously really enjoyed their company. Chuani, the omnipresent heart of the party, always going around bringing the livelihood to the group of her friends. Lumine, the usually ever chill person who would give his best, but at the same time he wouldn't mind being lazy and casual whenever the time came for it to be. And Lancelot being very strict, as he believed his elven lineage destined him to become a hero, as there weren't many elves on Belden.
So I guess after like taking in that sight, Noah's gonna happily hop down the stairs. Much more life than you'd expect from, like, you know, her next incarnation. And just kind of going into the middle, going back and forth between everyone.
I guess I'm joining you with the blessing of the goddess and the queen.
And everyone's reaction would be different. Salazar would kind of brush his hair to the side and be like, I do not care. Juan would instantly hug and be like, oh, I'm not gonna be the only girl here anymore. Let's become besties.
Girly jumping up and down, but the
yes, basically. Lumina would give you a firm handshake and smile at you, giving you and welcome you into the party.
Immediate blush.
And Lancelot would look at you up and down. I've heard you're the best, and I hope that's true. Do not disappoint us.
I do not intend to disappoint. I
sure
am
hope
rather
so.
skilled with the clerical arts.
Sure.
Indeed, yes.
She's very nervous.
He would seem to have lost interest instantly after you were said that you were skilled in clerical interest, like clerical skills.
Anyways, so I don't really know where we're starting. I guess more introductions or something.
I'm Lumine. I'm the leader of this party. It is my pleasure to meet you.
It's my pleasure too. I'm sure you've already heard my name enough times.
Yeah, I did. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh my
Now,
God,
Johnny.
Hi.
And she would like give you a hug again, just make you jump up and down. I'm sure we're gonna be best friends.
Oh, I'm sure too. I love your vibe.
What's a vibe?
Oh, it's like the natural, like, I guess, vibrations of
aura.
the universe. Oh, yeah, I'm not just a cleric, I'm also rather skilled in music.
I see.
Technically,
I'm
they call it a
Salazar.
bard.
Salazar Travers. Do not slow us down.
I won't. I'm rather quick on my feet when I want to be.
Sure, whatever. I'm Lancelot.
Edge.
My last name is rather difficult to pronounce, so I'm gonna just ignore it. Just call me Lancelot.
Very well, Lancelot.
Nah, I don't know. I was just kind of awkwardly standing there, like, I don't know what to do next.
Well, we're departing tomorrow for the first island. Let us just go and rest for a time. Let's spend some time together, and you can tell us what exactly you can do. Since it seems like you can use clerical arts, and you're gonna be of much help to us. I can use a little bit of them, but it's not my forte.
Yeah, I can sense that. Partly.
Oh yeah, as you look at him, you can see this aura around him. That even there are 3 other heroes surrounding him. They seem kind of like it's gonna sound really stupid, but it seems like they do not exist within your sight because of the aura that he emanates.
So in a way, at a divine level, only Lumine exists to her.
Yes.
So no one
Yes.
else is divine. They're all heretics.
Not heretics, but yes.
Your aura is rather golden. You do have a strong sense of divinity about you, don't you, Lumine?
Oh, it seems like this was most definitely my destiny to become a hero. My
I can
sister
see
doesn't
that.
seem to be too happy about it, though.
I don't see why she would be. Why she wouldn't be happy. I mean, we're going to go save Nistel.
Yes, Machi says that it's dangerous and I should watch out for myself, but I don't have anything to worry. I am strong enough. Even the strongest knights in Beldan have not stood chance against me.
And if
I will
worse-
win against you one day. I'm sure you will.
And I mean, if worse comes to shove, I can just use the light of Priscilla to bring you back.
That works out for me. I prefer not dying, but if it comes to this, I'll live my life in your hands.
Yeah.
I'll do
yeah,
the same.
Yeah, I don't
Sure.
intend for anyone to die at this rate.
Now then, let us go and be merry.
Be merry.
She thinks about other things. She squints at Zhuan Yi.
She smirks.
Listen, he's cute,
Go
okay?
first, boys. Oh, sure. And then she kinda grabs you by like over your shoulder, and you have a girl talk.
Yeah, walk with me.
Yes. And let us move to the next memory. As you hear the voice of the father. That was a time when you have met your companions. That was a time when you've learned about how powerful they were and how powerful you truly were. And after that, you departed to Suf, the first island. When you arrived there, you were met with instant hostility. Having fought through waves of demons, as you were pushing through towards what was their stronghold, their town. I'm gonna change the scene in a moment.
I know it gets on her motorbike.
I really like the sun. It's lifting.
Me looking at Alnoa's sheet
Oh yeah.
in case it becomes relevant. The relevance is that Alnoa died.
Yeah.
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 That's what's relevant.
I guess we'll see. We got one spoiler. We have to see who the fuck shanked her. Was it
And-
Lancelot or was it Lumine? Let's find out.
And as you go to, as you appear, as your vision reveals November Hill, you appear here as Lumine and the rest of you are facing against demons. At first, it seems to be of no problem. Lumine keeps on slashing through the enemies without any difficulty. Lancelot following shortly, and Jenny providing ranged and sometimes support from behind by flanking the enemies. Till, besides normal demons, some stronger players appear. And as they do, what seems to be the leader of the group speaks out. What you search for isn't here. Be gone, or I will have to slay you. You've heard him. We're just gonna walk back now. There's no way. Let's push forward. Alnoa, keep supporting me.
Of course, Lumine.
I assume she's probably just like concentrating on like bless or something at this point.
Yes.
So.
And as he moves forward to go and clash with the mayor, as what, well, people would know as mayor, two specific people step forward as this group kind of falls back. What seems to be a demonic werewolf and ambush demon block its path. He begins to fight them as Lancelot is taking care of a rather other interesting creature, which seems to be combining the demonic and dragonic features. As Lancelot gets pushed back, Juania jumps in to help. And seeing this as an opening, she tries to go for Salazar, but he swiftly counters with his magics and cuts her off, as she is left to focus on these two. As the fight continues, and the two major players are pushed back towards the city, Lumine continues to call out to you. Alnoa, follow me!
Of course, Lumine.
Hobble, hobble, hobble.
And as you... Actually, how... I'm gonna leave it to you to describe. How would Alnoa support Luke specifically?
So, I guess in Alnoa's case, again, she's more or less the basic anime cleric type. So, assuming Priscilla normally manifests her power as light, she's probably just going to be manifesting, like, auras of light around Lumine and, like, all the companions. Changing focus between everyone, but generally it's just going to be, like, a very soft, warm light. Cleric smiling, trying to keep up with the tank running through, grabbing all aggro. So, more is very stereotypical cleric. But I guess there's also hints of like her bardic parts. So there's probably some like manifestations like spectral light going around, like Lumine. Or like spectral like motes, like musical notes, in a way. Especially since she's a college of creation, so that's basically in line with that.
Then, as you grant him support, he unleashes the power of the hero upon the enemy, and this individual is sent flying into the wall with one slash. And as this individual tries to back off to run away from the other slash, he turns around and tries to sprint away. He gets slashed across his back, which leaves a huge gash in the city that seems to be radiating with divine energy.
Damn.
And he's brought to unconsciousness. As the civilian demons seem to be in fear of this hero. You feel the air around you grow more hot, warmer. As this person appears, you would instantly know this presence. The first demon general, one of the 4 that you have to slay to be able to face the demon king. As you hear from behind your comrades rushing through, as they have made the enemy run away because they had no other choice. You together stand in front of your first true adversary. Hold your horses. We're not gonna be fighting here. Let's move to somewhere more fitting. I'm sure you're also not a fan of burning down cities. Let us move. Oh no, watch out for him. You go first. He walks away. Should we really be trusting him? What if he's leading us into a trap?
I mean, it's preferable to burning down an entire settlement.
No, I guess you're right, but I prefer to not be in a trap.
I'm sure we can outsmart his traps, probably. I can cast fine traps.
I can too.
Oh, hell yeah.
After-
Sorry, that's a naughty word in the eyes of Priscilla.
Oh no, it's fine. I don't mind.
Just 10 Hail Marys, you're good.
See,
And
that's the bard coming out.
And as you walk out of the settlement, you reach a wheat field where the presence of the Doom Herald seems to be less visible, as his avatar, which is that of a scarecrow, a burning scarecrow, seems to be perfectly fitting this place. Well then, any last words?
Alnoa preemptively cast Vicious Mockery.
Shouldn't you be the one saying last words to us?
Goodbye. And as the combat begins, Zenith flies into the air and rains hell down upon you. Hellish bullets, whips, and explosions of fire, walls of fire, storms of fire constantly are brought down upon you, to the point that all of you, including Lumine, seem to be very much weakened, as the Doom Herald have been hit only a few times, as he's been keeping his distance, using his ranged abilities to his absolute advantage. As Lumine kind of kneels there with his sword in the ground, Zenith laughs. Is that all that the great heroes have? I have slayed more than a dozen of you already. You're no different. Or is there no other way? And he stands up. And he's gonna scream out to Alnoa.
Yeah.
Use your aura, now!
Alnoa holds up the staff of the Divine Queen, and saying a brief Hail Mary to Priscilla, as well as the Queen herself, is going to cast Holy Aura through the ages of the Divine Queen.
As the Holy Aura is casted, Zenith seems to be kind of blinded with his from all of the light, and weakened, while all of you seem to be strengthened. Yet Zenith, in an attempt to still hold his ground, uses his whip and throws it forward. But Luminous parries with his sword, and the whip is sent flying towards Yuani. Lumine, without looking back, moves forward with all of his force to attack Zenith. Just moments before he pierces the Doom Herald's chest, Yuani is pulled in front of him, and he pierces Yuani too. And that's when your memories in this place end.
Huh.
And that was when you lost your dear friend. I didn't mention it, but between going to the island and this fight, it's been actually like a few months compared to like the DDD pace.
Yeah. I assume most of the stories that we've talked about in like DMs still apply, basically.
Yes.
So in this case, this is Alnoa literally seeing her best friend get killed.
Yes.
And being able to do nothing about that for reasons.
And now we know why there's a gash in the ground in that town.
True.
Then, next memory. The next one was when you found yourself facing against what would be another catastrophe. One that would bring a change not only to your life, but would actually end it. And after another few months, the situation in the party would change a lot. Ever since Yuani has died, Salazar and Lancelot have both changed a lot. As you have learned, they've known her for much longer than they have known two of you. They've been basically, in a way, childhood friends before anything happened here.
Oh no.
And after Juani perished, both of them have grown to be much more crueler, but they have been also searching for comfort in your presence.
And presumably Alnoa herself has probably been very, very down in the slumps since that event.
Yes. And even though they were searching comfort in your presence in many various ways, Lumina would always step in and make sure that you were okay. Which later, as you already know, led to you becoming much closer than anyone else in the party was. You would have spent days in between travel, talking, learning about each other. He would always tell you about how his sister constantly sends him sendings from Belden through a priest, and how she's worried about him, especially that Shuani has perished. And you remember that scene more vividly now. It is a scar on your mind, on your emotions, on your past. As after both Lumine and Zenith were pierced, Juania has been burned to the ground by what seemed to be holy fire. What seemed more...
So she was basically disintegrated.
Yes. What seemed more weird was Lumine not being that struck by the whole situation. And you at the time you didn't really think much about it, as you thought that basically since he's the leader, he needs to keep his head up no matter what, so others can follow. And as you have reached the second general, Zennefer the Venomous, she greeted you with a chat first. She will explain to you how she knows the true power that Lumina has, and she is not going to let him get close, and that he's going to perish first, as she will not let anyone get closer to her. And after he is dead, she will use all of her magics to take over the rest of the heroes, so that she can use them as weapons of war. As the battle commences, Lumine obviously, together with Lancelot, rush forward, but they cannot reach Zennefer. At this point, you would be level,
like 9 or
16,
10.
16 total.
Okay, 16. Yeah.
So double what you have right now. And you have learned to not only use your spells in a protective or supportive way, but also to bring distraction upon your enemies. And seeing a chance, after a while of struggle through the waves of the Arachne that Zennefer kept on summoning, you see a opening as she is preparing a spell. Some kind of ball of fire seems to be gathered in her palm. Salazar offers to assist you by distracting her first. And he goes in first to cast his spells, his eldritch blasts at her, which she quite easily brushes off thanks to her magical prowess. Well, she does not expect an attack from you. I'm giving you freedom of what exactly that attack would be. And it can be a spell or it can be just a description.
Like a description.
Hmm.
Let's see. What kind of spells do I have? What spell level do we have? That's let me just double check.
You would have 4th level spells.
4th levels.
And like 7th level spell slots, I think.
Yeah. Oh, this will be an interesting callback, actually. So, curiously, Alnoa is going to manifest her bard aspects for this particular attack, attempting to stun her. So, manifesting the flute that she has from her bag. It's a flute, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's going to make a dulcet tone, like, oh wait, hold on, I got the ocarina. So she's gonna do something like this. Very simple.
Yeah.
And she's going to whisper the name Zennifer as she casts Psychic Glance at 7th level.
As the Psychic Glance hits, Zennifer in the last-ditch effort sends the fiery ball flying towards you. And the only one being able to respond, Lumine, rushes over to you, which you see with the corner of your eye as you try to brace for impact. Lancelot being more forward, he doesn't even notice what's going to happen behind him. And Salazar, his spell being countered, he is stunned in a way. As the explosion happens, you feel the presence behind you. And you feel a sharp pain through your chest. As you look down, you see a beautiful blue blade sticking out of your chest. I'm sorry. This is the only way. And then he twists his sword and pulls it out.
Oh god. Damn, so you basically got bisected.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
And as some of her body begins to burn, you see this time from like a third-party perspective. Lumina ran forward in an inconceivable speed without ever, like Salazar and Lancelot noticing. Both him and Lancelot bring the finishing strike to Zennifer by cutting off her head. And as they start to sing praises, they look back, and both Salazar and Lancelot went back to see what happened. And the only thing they see is an arachne body behind, and a gaping wound that leaves all of your blood scattered on the ground. They scream in agony, knowing that another one of their loved ones is gone. Lumine steps forward and kneels, as so do the other two. And that's where that scene ends. And then you find yourself outside of the door you passed, of the gate you passed through for the first time. Now remembering that you are indeed Asphodel, not Alnoa right now.
So I guess Asphodel is just kind of staring at the wall of one of her. I'll say the arm with her left arm, since it has the mark on it on her hand.
Yes.
It's just like reaching towards the gate, and it's slightly shaking, but she's silent.
Yet that is not the end of your past. And it seems like even though he continued forward, you actually never left his side. It seems like a part of you stayed with him. Do you wish to see the past that neither Alnoa or Asphodel know of?
So, what was the option I was getting the choice of? The past of.
The past of that neither Asphodel or Alnoa know of.
Oh, okay.
Why don't I know of that past?
I guess you'll have to find out.
I guess I shall.
Accompany me once again, so I can
Very
show
well.
you the truth. Just a moment. Perfect.
Man, I can't believe Asphodel just got filled with the biggest killing intent there ever has been.
Huh?
And then you find yourself in a place that you have not. Oh my god! Okay, I need to do a copy of this actually. Actually, I can just do this. Just a moment. Perfect. Okay. A moment. I'm gonna need to give you guys vision over this person. Real quick, just a moment, because he has no vision for some reason. And also, I should put a thing in here. Lighting, illumination, perfect. Your ownership. Actually, I'm just gonna put Alnoa in here for ease. So, you find yourself in a place that you have not seen yet.
Huh.
And what you see is not through your own eyes. Oh wait, the grid is unaligned. Let me fix this real.
Haven't we seen this though?
This is still in the past.
Yeah, not yet. This is unknown territory for
Yes.
us.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And it looks like you're not seeing it through your own eyes, through eyes of either Alnoa or Asphodel, but through the eyes of Lumine. As both him and the rest of his companions, with rather emotionless faces, expressions, clash against Gerevard. This time, it mostly being a one-sided slaughter. As Lumine brings his sword down again and again and again upon Gerevard, till there's almost nothing left. When Gerevard brought down, the three do not celebrate. Instead, they mourn. As for one is this victory, they have lost two of their precious companions on the way here. As they get ready to leave, a familiar presence awakens as Gerevard stands once again, and Lancelot, Fury, jumps forward to attack. His attack is parried and he is sent flying and brought into unconsciousness. Oh, not death, unconsciousness. Only Lumine and Salazar left on the field. Salazar manifesting what seems to be a blade made out of cosmic energy. And he casts Blade of Disaster to stand next to Lumine. Even though Gerevard seems to be a worthy opponent now, he stands no chance against the two of them, and once again he's brought down, and his presence dissipates as he leaves a pair of gauntlets that Lumine puts on. Salazar begins, without speaking anything, to move towards Lancelot to check on him. But what he feels is bloodlust. Turns around, only parry the blade of Lumine, and then be greeted with another that pierces straight through his chest.
So, you were the one who killed him. First one wasn't your fault. Or was it really? But Alnoa, you knew what you were doing.
And he puts the blade even deeper in.
This is the only choice. Give me the power of your mark, so I can slay the Demon King. We talked about this. This is not the way.
Silence. And he slashes through, decapitating Salazar. And then throw his body into the lava. Later, when Lancelot wakes up and he learns the truth that Gerevard was much stronger than they expected after he awoken, and Salazar got slayed and thrown into lava, Lancelot seemed emotionless. He knew what really happened, and he didn't speak up. And then another place that you have not have seen yet. What seems to be a white hole. Where is it? Where did they put it? That is a great question. Where did you put it, Sergeant?
Good question.
It is
Unlocking
maps.
all the spoilers.
Oh yeah, she is. And that is also for all of you, like, some information.
Yippee! I mean, what I'm
Asphodel is gonna have some very curious information.
what I'm
in the next
suspicious of
sessions.
here is that when Gerevard gets down to 0 HP, he's gonna burst one more time and have much more strength. So I'm terrified of that.
See, that's the one thing I took from that, but Curiously, I think Asphodel has a thing to say to Gerivard if that happens.
True. Don't get up.
Not even that. It just more just probably if she remembers all this and like canonically she's just holding off on this info for now, then she has a very clear ace up the sleeve for that fight.
That works.
You see through the eyes of Lumine.
Very fitting.
The white hall where him and Lancelot stand as they await their next encounter. As Balgrim, Dark Inquisitor, appears. Welcome, Mo heroes. What a grim fate you have brought, Unistil, with your presence. It matters not. Before we begin, would you like to have a tea with me? Huh? What are you talking about? Are you trying to poison us? No. I just think that learning about your enemy before you slay them is much more reasonable. I do not wish to talk with you right now, and so be it. So far you have faced 3 out of 4 challenges. And before you can reach my master, you'll have to face me. Let's get it over with. And as Lancelot steps forward, Balgrim holds up his hand. Oh. Just a moment. Do not misunderstand. You won't be fighting me. That is not how I fight. And Lumina steps forward. And as he does, 2 apparitions appear. Which seems to look like Lumine and Lancelot, but made of darkness. You have slayed 3 generals. And to continue on, you have to slay the darkness within. Can you manage that? And Lumine and Lancelot charge forward to fight what seems to be a copy of themselves. Struggling, as those 2 copies are perfectly matched with the true heroes. Yet after a while, Lumine learns of a new ability as he uses divine intervention. Alnoa manifests behind him like a spiritual shape. As divine intervention is casted, his blade seems to be engulfed in piercing light that in one fell swoop destroys the apparition. On the other hand, Lancelot doesn't seem to be doing so great, as he gets tired and his shadow does not. Yet he realizes slowly his own weaknesses. He develops a new style of fighting. Instead of using his lance the way he was using it so far, he uses the blessing of the wind he has been granted and begins to jump up from the sky and pierce the ground on his apparition. Both of them, out of breath, stand before Balgrim. He simply walks forward and dissipates, leaving behind a scarf made of pure darkness. And Lumine picks up. We are finally done. Only one left
and then I will kill you. You can try. You never were able to defeat me. Wanna see now? Do you wanna die now? Or after we defeat the Demon King?
And Lancelot jumps forward. Even with his new fighting style and overwhelming strength, Luminous Blade easily shatters the weapon that Lancelot bears. Lancelot falls to the ground on his knees.
Not only you took away Joanie from me, you took Alnoa,
And even my brother Salazar. I trusted you.
and for what?
To bring peace. That is what I fight for.
Is it really worth it?
If the peace is created by letting the blood of your friends paint your way. Lumine is silent as he holds his blade up and brings it down on Lancelot, killing him. As Lancelot's body begins to burn in holy fire, Lumine reaches out for his mark with his own marked hand. And Lumine's mark seems to be extending over all of his body, and as he touches it, it begins to extend upon his face too. As such, he puts on a helmet. It is time. And for the last time, Lumine departs to slay his last adversary. And then, once again, you walk through the gate back to the Father. Emotions surging within you, emotions that you didn't know you had.
And that is the truth. It seems like he has taken away a part of your very own being.
He stole parts of us all.
Hmm.
For what? Petty power? That didn't even help him against the Avenir.
That it did not. He did not slay him. He did not bring peace to Belden as he wanted to. So much talk about peace for a hero. But it seems like the fate of that party has been not decided yet. My child, the fate will try to consume you one way or another. Do not let it. You might find an ally in unexpected places.
What do you mean?
I'm sure there is someone who will hold out a helping hand towards you and your companions.
Asphodel looks towards her feet for a second and ponders this question.
Do you perhaps mean... No, No, you can't mean that.
Think about it. Yet do not let it linger in your mind for too long. You should stay who you are now, even though you have learned of your past. The true end is yet to be decided. For many, many times, I have seen the moment of Alnoa's death.
Many
And
times.
your death. And he kind of goes to one knee, and as you kind of look at him from more or less your height now, like on eye level,
Yeah.
you can see something that would remind you of a face underneath the veil of shadows. It doesn't seem to have any particular shape, but it reminds you of a man in his late 30s. I know you will make the right decision. After all, you've already made one very important. And he grabs your hand with the mark. To resist the finality. And come with me. To become a reborn. To become who you are now. To learn the whole truth. And to learn who the true enemy always was.
She looks at the mark. She's curious. Well, and I'm also curious. What power is more overwhelming at the moment? Priscilla's or Death's?
At the moment, it is the death power.
Noted. Does it seem to be, while they're blended together, does knowing
Oh,
what
you
she
cut
knows
out.
now, is the death power basically strangling the Priscilla power? What? Did I cut out?
Yeah, just for a moment. But what I understood either way.
Okay, basically, is the death power strangling Priscilla's power? From
It
what
is
she
not.
knows.
It seems like it's basically hiding, like basically pushing away the influence, kind of like pushing it deep under the surface of the death power.
Noted.
Do I have to push away the influence of what we thought was helping us?
That is a great question. Your patron. What do you truly think of her?
As Asphodel, I've never, quite frankly, cared, if I think about it. I've never felt the zeal that I felt as Alnoa. And I've seen the zealotry from paladins, Laura, and in my memories, they just seemed like they were slaughtering innocents.
That is how war looks like. And yet, you are right. On both sides, there were those that could be called innocents. Even demons. But
What?
true peace could never be acknowledged. Neither by the queen, by the goddess, or the demons.
Were you aware of the novel of the Demon Kings we found in the library? Not all demons are bad.
Not all demons are bad. Yet, demons are shunned upon by the divine. For all of the demons possess something that they do not.
And what would that be?
I'm sure you have felt or seen it. The stench. The truth about that stench is that it's a curse. It was put upon all that possess the demonic powers, the inferno within them. And the stronger the inferno, the stronger the curse. After all of the demon kind was sealed in the 9 hells,
So in Avenir blessed Emery, she granted her that infernal power.
That does seem to be the case. Yet, the moment during which she will be able to use that power is still far away.
She must look towards manifesting it more, is what you're saying.
And you should also look towards manifesting your power. You possess faith. Not much. Just a little tiny bit. But that is enough. That is how every divine being starts. I'm sure you've heard of warlocks making pacts.
Of course.
That is how usually those with smaller amounts of faith become more powerful and gain more.
If I have a question, Father, to entertain,
Speak.
what occurs when you balance both the celestial and infernal powers?
That I do not know of. For that is yet to happen. And I'm sure you know who is going to be the person who makes that happen.
I see. Then how would I go about gaining both of these powers? I have only a slight contact with demonic forces.
She looks at the skull of Zenifer on her.
Inferno is much harder to acquire than faith. For it usually means that you have to be either connected by blood, tiefling, or you have been granted some kind of influence, like your friend did.
A gift.
Both of your friends, to be honest. Both. The one named Muna and Momun. She will harness the power of Inferno and Divine, both. And when that happens, a new age will come. One that we are not ready for.
One that has not been seen before.
There are many forces that plan to take over or destroy not only Nistil, not only Iron, but all of Leon. And I'm sure in the future, if you do not let yourself be consumed by fate, by your destiny, and you will play a major role together with your allies. Then he hits the floor with his cane. As your mark of finality is evolving.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
New patch notes just dropped, boys.
Just a real quick. What was that about Muna?
Teehee.
So basically, if you want the TLDR, Muna possesses both celestial and infernal powers because of the connection to Rivera. And basically, what Asphodel is being told is if Muna accepts this power and is able to properly control it later on, then she can basically become essentially a biblical seraphim, or whatever the mixture of a demon and angel is.
Bring in a new age, unknown,
Nephilim.
unheard before.
Nephilim, yes.
Yeah, Nephilim.
Oh, was Nephilim demon angel or was Nephilim angel human?
Demon angel.
Demon angel, right?
Demon angel.
Yeah.
So basically, the best way to reference is what Asphodel is learning here is that one of the best ways to go about breaking this apparent cycle is embracing both.
Alright then.
Okay. And
Which obviously Asphodel hasn't told anyone about this yet.
We have to kick Rivera's ass because Rivera's definitely going to make it go towards Infernal.
You need to balance it, yes.
Yeah.
Is basically what Death is saying here.
and the new patch note to Marco finally is at the very bottom.
Let's see.
I swear, I'm just.
Well, then
I'm gonna
hope
find a
you
way to
will
remove my
properly
mark.
Teach her then.
Once per long rest, you gain a charge. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Where is
Finally!
Ah, you
Finally!
just get them now instead of having to kill somebody.
Yes!
Nice.
Yes!
She's gonna kill Zarthas in her
Oh.
sleep.
Damn.
Okay, and I'll be right back. I need to get some water because that was a big
Yeah.
strain on my voice.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
oh,
dude,
yeah, I
good job, dude.
imagine.
Good job. Good fucking job.
Good
It's long.
job.
See, I knew Asphodels were gonna have a lot of major lore implications.
Bum, bum, bum.
And also, I've unlocked a new game plan for Garibard
Nice.
called Talking.
The game plan. Assuming he doesn't just volcano one-shot you into the abyss. we gotta,
because
we gotta stop
here's
him
the
from
thing.
doing that.
See, here's the curious thing now, from what Asphodel knows, like canonically.
Yeah.
So basically, the way this fight has gone is that Asphodel is like obviously very questioning.
Yeah.
And a bit more like irritated, probably people have noticed.
Yeah.
And she's going along with the fight for now. But I feel at a certain point it makes sense for her to catch him off guard by basically describing the scene that she witnessed.
Yes.
Because while Garivard knows this, there's a different implication from what she knows. And now there's an even more curious implication about the Sisters of Creation.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Well then, I will not hold you here for any longer, for it seems like soon an important battle awaits you.
So it seems I will see Garivard for myself for the first time. Properly.
And bring defeat on him.
And perhaps questions.
I wish you the best, my child.
Asphodel look.
That you will not be consumed by fate.
Asphodel, is he still like crouching, like with Asphodel like eye height
Yes.
base?
Thank you, Father.
Can she also do another callback and attempt to hug Death?
As you attempt to hug Death, your hands kind of go through him,
So I assume you would be like holding your hands around what will be his body.
Yeah, it's like holding an illusion, basically.
It's like hugging someone in VR chat.
Yes.
Exactly
Yeah.
my thought.
Yeah. And he's gonna put a hand on your shoulder. And you are going to feel that one specifically.
Wow.
And then he looks up.
Good job, Nevermore. You've been a great servant to her and a good pair of eyes for me. I'll be watching through his eyes. Let us see each other again in the future.
I await you once more, Father.
And as you say those words, you awaken. Awaken. Awaken.
Eyes blink back, the color's there again.
And it would be a nighttime at this point. Whoop.
So I guess Zarthaz has probably checked in on her a couple times, but she's just been dead ass unconscious.
He would
Now
have.
she just, like-
What would she have looked like then in those in her tent?
So in this particular instance, she's just dead. Like literally, like she's a corpse.
As opposed to when she sleeps?
I would say even more, she just straight up looked dead.
Hmm.
Like you would probably like walk in and like be like, oh yeah, she's like resting, and then you realize this is a bit different.
What about Nevermore?
He would also
dead.
look dead.
Dead.
Like a dead raven splayed out like across her corpse.
That would be a bit worrying.
Oh yeah, then I assume
let's see.
the others would be there too.
But assuming like no one really did anything or like people tried to do things, eventually you'd see the color blink back and Nevermore start flapping, I guess.
Yes.
I suppose to not spread worry around the camp, because like word of one of the great heroes has died in their tent spreading sounds awful.
Yeah.
So I guess the first time Zarthaz comes in and she has gone into her slumber, a death slumber, noticing far considerably that she doesn't look like when she normally is unconscious, he would shout out to her, try to move the bird as well, and you would think that moving the bird would get a reaction, the typical annoying reaction from it, and when that does nothing, he stands there just like angrily staring down, like focusing to see if there is any like pulse, any life, and when he gets nothing, he'll leave momentarily. And seeing as you, Emery and Arkham were the only two present when she told the people how tired she was, he sternly tells you what he's seen inside and to not let anyone else know until further matters are resolved.
And also, I'd imagine if anyone tried any healing, it'd probably be rejected somehow
Yes.
during this instance.
It would just not work.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think she would, because of the fact that Nevermore is still there.
Yeah,
True.
that's true.
I mean, anyone with magic would know, like, the familiar is still technically alive. It's just
yeah.
like, if she was dead, it'd be gone.
What's it called?
Yeah.
How long were we gone when we got sucked into the Blood Moon? It wasn't an instant, right? We were gone for some time.
Yeah, for like 4 hours, 5 hours, and
It was noticeable. So Zarthaz shares with you that he believes some external influence has bothered Asphodel in the same way it was bothering him in Arkham, and perhaps it is a matter of time.
For Asphodel, when she was feeling tired around the like noon, and it's like 2 to 3 a.m. now. So it's much longer.
And at this point, Zarthaz goes without sleep, keeping an eye on her.
Arkham will be chilling with you,
Yeah.
and I assume Emery you too. Then.
Yeah.
And then Asphodel would wake up.
Dead.
Dead.
Not dead.
You're not dead.
Yay!
It is a
not dead
killer.
anymore.
You're not dead.
It's a killer. Do not die.
So I guess Zarthez just staying outside the tent, just waiting for something.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even hear any ruffling or anything.
Not because you've got Private Sanctum, I think.
Yeah, private
And also
sanctum
you're
would be
quiet
active.
as hell.
Exactly.
Passive stealth of 33. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
So there's probably like a moment, like where you're just staying there waiting. You're probably slowly starting to nod off or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just feel a presence behind you. And probably Emery doesn't even notice it, like, except like the glowing eyes just staring.
He feels the presence behind him and says, "Has sweet death come to take me at last?"
Perhaps another night.
Welcome back to the living. Turns around.
What time is it?
She looks at the moon.
Beyond midnight.
Curious. But also rather romantic in a way.
Romantic in the novel sense.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Something contacted you, has it not?
Asphodel like just holds out her mark just steadily. And I assume it probably looks a little bit different
Mm-hmm.
and probably more overwhelming on the side of like death, I guess.
Yes, it has an actual like purple dark shine on it, and you can see some energy moving around.
How do you
I-
feel?
I feel like I have learned many truths.
Raises eyebrow. About.
Asphodel looks around. Like, are there any like specific like Pristilla like paladins or guards like anywhere near, or are they mostly asleep?
There, most of the like knights around are like asleep, and this camp specifically is mostly for the like your unit and the generals, and like the most trusted like knights that you guys
okay.
have designated.
The war tent area.
Yes.
Just in case, Asphodel is going to tug on Zarthaz to pull him into the tent and look towards Emery, like doing like an eye thing, like you can come too.
So he'll resist slightly just to give like the head tilt to Emery and Arkham to nod to follow along, and then he'll
I
follow
stand
you.
to snuggle in that small tent.
Zoop.
Come on in. It smells like graveyards.
How nice.
Nice.
From within the private sanctum, no sensors can hear us. As we know.
Blushes towards Zarthaz.
I am confident in your abilities.
I appear to have been contacted by the entity known as my father.
So death.
Death itself. Quite literally in that sense.
That explains your state in the previous hours.
He showed me memories from within my mind. Ones that were locked away behind mental static. Far deep, as if something was trying to hide them from me. I witnessed my journey as Elnoa. I remember the entire journey up to the second island. I remember my death, Xuan Yi's death, the generals, even the smirk of the queen as she sent her daughter to serve.
Her daughter. We don't know that yet, do we?
Nope.
Okay.
Yep. As Asphodel kind of looks at the floor.
It appears that I meant a lot more to the Queen than I thought. She took me in as a child, as Anoa. She treated me as a daughter. Not officially, though, in the eyes of the court. I was gifted her blessings to assist Lumine and his party.
And you'll notice when she says Lumine, she gets visibly angry. This is weird for Asphodel.
Otters.
Lumine. So everyone thinks you such a great hero, don't they?
So history recalls.
History does have a tendency to be written by the victors, does it not?
It does. You mean he's a bad guy?
It could be more stated that Lumine was a fraud. Sure, he had power, but it was not his power. He stole from his party members, from me, from Joigny, from Salazar, from Lancelot. He killed them on purpose. All for peace. That was not peace that he sought after. Or it was rather twisted the way he thought about it.
And with these ill-gotten gains, he faced Avenir. After which
And
we
failed.
know the outcome.
This is something you cannot tell Laura or any of the paladins. That is primed to heresy.
I suspect the world shall discover this once we've made our quest closer to Avenir.
Asphodel turns around for a second and kind of just like looks towards like the outside very dramatically.
I have a question for you, Emery, Zarthas,
And slowly looks over.
and I guess Arkham.
Yeah?
Nods.
What is our quest?
I don't believe we have a unified goal. Each of us came here separate, desiring their own goals, acquiring the power of Priscilla to meet their own demands. Emery is a different case, as we met her after our induction.
Yeah. I don't
guess-
even really know.
And perhaps I fall under that case as well. In my own way.
One thing's for sure. I don't harbor the faith or belief or the desire that Priscilla has bestowed upon me.
Then you are intelligent. Even if you do not realize it yet.
Slight
However-
eyebrow raise.
Emery just chuckles.
Arkham also like raises an eyebrow.
I did not mean to offend you. More just
Of
put
course,
towards an
of
astute
course you did
observation.
not.
Emery, may I hold your hand?
The one with the mark, very obviously.
Yeah, sure.
And Asphodel's going to reach out her mark hand with Emery's.
I want
Okay.
you to look at this more closely. You are granted the power of both divinity of the celestial nature and divinity of fiendish nature. Celestial and infernal. However, do you note that they work and blend together?
Huh?
There is a unity found between both.
Okay.
What I mean to say is,
As she lets go of the hand.
there is a balance that has been broken for a long time. And a balance that must be restored. To put it plainly, that is our fate. A new age not brought upon either celestials or fiends, but rather a mixture of both.
Is that what these truths have imparted upon you?
That is what it seems. That is the knowledge that my father has granted upon me.
And Asphodel is going to pet Nevermore. Very lovingly.
Nevermore's gonna enjoy it.
You gotta do it more often.
I do it well enough, more than enough, don't I?
Do you?
Squints. With malicious intent.
I do believe mortal kind has been deluded by other petty matters, that opening their eyes in this unification would do well to prepare them against the future problems that will plague this world. Zarthas recalls what he had been told by Karsist of Leon's overall troubles, not just Nistil's.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you something.
Yes.
Zardas now belongs to the faction of Bloodbound. That's how they're called.
The Bloodbound. Cool.
Bloodbound, yeah. I
Is
forgot.
there a mark or some sort of change upon him that does
it's
that?
the coin.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So yeah. I don't know if our Zarthas had time to explain what he witnessed in that blood moon, but this is what he insinuates when he says this, and he kind of like agrees with your idea of unification. It is not as if I had any major grand plans for this world beyond my own gains of power, should Avenir be defeated. However, I've stepped into a mess that I cannot just ignore.
I ask of you, in the future, to be mindful of this balance. While we must push forward, there are many questions to be asked, many conversations to be had. We cannot be hasty, even with those that we consider our enemies.
So it seems that decrepit tome was a forewarning to all this. Referencing the Demon King biography that we got.
Not all demons are bad,
And what of
and
divinity?
not all celestials are good. And if the scales go in one way far too heavily, then it just becomes more chaotic than it would be lawful.
Then you
If
have a
that makes
world
sense.
then you have a world as our own as it is, where divinity lays
Broken.
claim to most.
Broken, imbalanced. I remember in my visions granted to me by my father, I remember seeing demons slaughtered as if they were without any resistance. They were innocent. Zenith was just merely trying to protect his people.
There was a time I almost began that same slaughter, had the mayor not deflected me so easily. You can tell he feels like frustration and embarrassment at that memory of a 1 year younger Zarthas.
In the future, please relay what I said to others. When the time is right. And make sure they don't go spouting heresy in front of people who will literally kill us.
Avitas and Muna will be the most trusted with this information. Song,
Indeed.
well, her word may often be disregarded as lunacy. However, it could be troublesome should some of them take her seriously.
It would be rather simple to just call her a raving lunatic, but that would be rather mean.
No comment from Zarthas.
Yeah.
Emery
But by the way-
just gives an agreed nod.
But by the way, Len, are you actually here, or are you just like purely listening? I'm just curious.
Honestly, I was just expecting that the whole thing would be about you, so technically, I can just jump in anytime, so yeah, I can. But,
So I was gonna
playing Space
say,
Marine 2 on this side as well.
yeah, I was gonna say, Asphodel wanted to have a specific one talk with Yuna for a moment.
Mhm.
But
Okay,
that's after the tent thing, so just be prepared for that.
Alright, cool. Yeah. Well, I'm here.
Gotcha. Just wanted to make sure.
Do you happen to know where Muna is?
Resting. We have not told anyone of your status. Awaiting further
Understandable.
developments.
I was rather dead, literally.
He nods.
Yeah,
Out cold, you could say.
A bit more than that.
yeah, doesn't really use the same way, buddy.
Yeah.
Do you have some words for her?
I wish to speak to Muna about her infernal connection. To inform her of the balance. She appears to be rather attuned to that, just as Emery is. And perhaps this is a later goal for me.
Stares at the skull of Xenifer, bleach, just probably as like a side piece in the tent at this point.
Perhaps there is also a way I can pursue that route. However, Garavard takes precedence.
We are right at his doorstep.
And he is waiting for us. I do wonder if I can speak to him properly. But he is rather meat-headed, from what I understand and saw.
You may yet find a lapse in his concentration. If you've seen
Perhaps we should...
the previous encounter, something you may be able to use to prod at his memories.
It is to be noted, in the event that does not work, apparently he can revive himself, at least once.
Oh, yay.
Be mindful of that.
Noted.
Asphodel unlocks a random combat ability somehow.
Presumably.
Presumably.
Unless that was just like for the
Thematic,
thing,
but-
yeah.
although there's no reason for Asphodel to really not think that way, but then again, Asphodel is aware that the demons get weaker if they're not like permanently like destroyed. Technically. So technically we're fighting a weaker Garavard right now.
More or less.
But at the same time, be worried though.
Oh yeah, you could definitely tell that Xenifer was much stronger than what you've seen.
Oh yeah. Because that's what you gathered with the initial prodding of the memory.
With Zenith
Yes.
too. What's it called? He immediately woke up or like appeared in the town in his like fire scarecrow phase, as opposed to when we encountered him in his chilled cowboy phase, you know?
And this is something that I guess technically Asphodel has already told Zarthas already, so at the very least he knows that.
Yes.
And everyone's probably been observant to that, at the very least.
Sure, there's absolutely space for all of that information inside Emery's leafy little head.
She's processing it. The gears are turning.
Arkham Pet.
Yeah. So you have information about the general that we're gonna be fighting?
Not particularly. Only that one particular trait. He was slaughtered rather quickly by Lumine and Lancelot. And Salazar.
Lumine betrayed that
Traitor.
Salazar, did he?
Decapitated. And the worst part is Salazar knew. He had known that he had killed me and Joigny. He had thought the first an incident, but the second was undeniable. Alnoa was bisected, effectively cut in half.
So I guess Zarthas would probably put the connection as to why she's literally cut in half with her stitching.
Yes.
The brain is turning.
Very well.
I did not expect a hero such as that to be so brutal. Even I find death beautiful in a way, and such brutality is rather barbaric.
We've still yet to determine what compelled him to madness on his return to Belden. Whether it was Avenir or his own twisted thoughts let loose.
I could perhaps have two theories on that. Perhaps he was overtaken by divinity and went mad because of it.
An unworthy
two.
vessel.
He just found himself worthless. His goal failed. His purpose failed. His entire life pointless. Perhaps a mixture of both.
Then he should have just died.
Don't let Laura hear you saying that.
I mean, he was not the same as when he started. He couldn't have been.
He was clearly under the influence of something.
Perhaps the first kill truly was an accident, yet the power was bestowed upon him, and he wanted more, unsated.
Looking back at it now, it may have been a mixture of both. He could have just as easily swung his sword a different direction, but he chose to ram right through Joigny with his blade.
Would he know it would turn out that way?
I am unsure, but he seemed rather confident, stealing from others,
And where did he
using
get?
my own power.
By what form did he get that information that he could do that? There was a time I suspected I could do similar. However, the rest of you were all rather useful. It would be foolish to attempt to just end all of you to accumulate all of that.
Father Death did not grant me that wisdom, but he has faith in my abilities to figure that out.
In time. Will you rest for the night, or shall I fetch Muna?
I shall go seek Mina on my own. I would prefer this conversation to be private.
Very well.
However, we may convene later. As usual.
You know where to find me.
Just making sure we're still useful, right, Sarthas? You're not gonna kill us?
If he did try to kill us, I would merely send him to a pocket dimension.
Do you really need to ask?
I don't know, you do like power.
Power.
Alright.
I need more power.
Just in
No, you-
case. If you remember any other...
Arkham, assure her. And he keeps just walking.
Reassuring head pats. Great.
Yes. Just in case. If you remember any other information about whatever you've seen, make sure to share with my father or me.
I will do my best.
Or his clone.
Meanwhile, Asphodel Simulacrum, just like a really shitty snowman somewhere unfinished.
She needs the carrot.
Yeah.
Or the top hat. I don't know.
Oh, definitely the top hat.
It's just Asphodel's old hat plopped on it.
She tries to get the one from Nevermore, but he doesn't want to give it.
He just flaps violently.
Yeah.
No!
I'm bald!
No! That's my hat! Oh, you remove the fucking hat, it's just a bald spot of feathers. No!
Okay, I'll replace it with nice, pretty leaves for you.
No!
They're poisonous!
Okay, so Asphodel gives a brief curtsy bow of leaving to Arkham and Emery, and then goes to seek Muna. Hiya.
Hiya!
Leonard, you're done foundry.
Wah.
Not a foundry, yeah. Right.
Yeah, I mean, we can theory for the mine for a little bit if you want, but... Because basically, at the moment, you're just kind of sitting by the fire, like the big ass bonfire, probably just like nodding off slowly, because it's fucking like 3 a.m.
Sleeping in the cold.
Well,
You
I don't know,
would've known
like,
what grade you
Yuna did want to try to somewhat be able to reach the dream realm, you know, to hang out with the parents.
Right.
So I guess she's sleeping at the moment, and she's about to get a really rude awakening.
Something like that, yeah. She tried to meditate and fell asleep. Let's just say it like that, okay?
Gotcha. So I guess, without really knowing it, because Asphodel is completely dead-ass silent, she just, like squats in front of, like, Muna's face and just stares for a little bit. Saying nothing until she casts Prestidigitation to, imitate the smell of, smelling salts in front of, Mummy's face. You see two glowing eyes staring directly at you in the darkness.
And falls over.
Good morning, Muna.
You say morning? And I just, like, because I fell on my back, because I, like,
Yeah.
I got scared. I just look up and see, no sun out yet.
It is morning in the sense that is past midnight.
Right.
I apologize for awaking you from your slumber, but I have something to tell you. A brief conversation that I had with
Look,
Sardas.
Yuna
Memory.
just stretches, sits upright, and just... Alright, what is it?
To be blunt, I have been dead for almost 12 hours.
Haven't you been dead the entire time, though?
I've been particularly dead and unresponsive. I was trapped within my own cognitive plane. However, I met an old family member. My father. Death himself.
Oh. How did that go?
I was given many truths and questions, as well as answers. I saw my life as Alnoa. I saw the betrayal of Lumine, and many other situations to come. However, without getting into the details, for I apologize, but you may not understand them all.
I mean, I can try, but seems like you want to get to a point.
Exactly. There is 2 points I wish to make. 1. Do not say anything heretical in front of any Pristilla Paladin. They are not what you think. Not particularly our friends. Not particularly our enemies. They are misguided.
I see.
2.
Okay.
You remember me and Zarthas saying, learning of the phrase, not all demons are evil.
Yeah. You met some nice ones.
There is another duality. Not all demons are evil, and not all celestials are good. And if the scales go in any particular balance far beyond what is normal, then things just become chaotic. At the moment, this balance is far within the favor of celestials. Although it does not seem like it.
And you're saying there must be a balance, right?
There is a balance that we must strive to achieve.
She looks down at her mark, and you notice that it is like glowing purple, radiating literal necrotic energy that you can probably taste, honestly.
She would have smelled it already.
Yeah.
I
The
wouldn't say
lingering scent of
necrotic.
Probably not
It's
necrotic,
liquid.
something.
Yes,
Something along
it's-
that line.
Yes, exactly. It's not necrotic. Necrotic is like eating away at life, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, basically, it radiates death energy.
Raw, like, I guess think of like the grave domain in 5e. It's probably similar to that.
Okay, how would like Muna notice it? I smell sweet death on you.
I have been blessed by my father. He has granted me a greater understanding of finality. And it appears that I passively generate such an energy now. Which is curious. However, that is not the point. The point is that while we all possess some degree of celestial faith, some of us possess some form of infernal power. You and Emery.
Yes, I guess. I mean, think of my dad.
Exactly. You are an extension of the power of Rivera.
Yeah?
And it is something to be said that you should embrace this power, but you should not let it overcome you.
Been
must-
working on that.
While it may be difficult, you must embrace both faith and infernal, and an equal balance. That way we may bring a new age upon Nistel, breaking the cycle, defying our fates, and not making the mistakes of greedy heroes who only think about themselves. All in the
Sounds
name of
like
peace.
You found out more than you wanted to.
No, Muna.
Her like face stretched into a psychotic smile. It is very scary.
Muna just
Yeah.
smiles scarily back because she can't do that as well.
I have learned exactly what I needed. We must push forward, but we must defy the fate of Nistel as it is. We must seek this balance, forego both the influences of Inferno and Faith, for none can remain dominant. I have been entrusted with this by my father. He has much faith within my cognitive reasoning.
So your father told you to balance infernal and faith in general?
He did not
Or-
necessarily tell me, more that I came to the conclusion. Case in point, do not let the infernal power overtake you, but do not accept the gifts of Pristilla so readily.
I had no use for this power yet, so just glances at my hand. I haven't died yet.
Would you like to?
No.
Perhaps later.
Weirdo.
Perhaps dying would leave an open moment for the soul shard inside me. I don't want to risk that.
That may be the case, but that might be good for you. If chaotic. I'm not saying you should kill yourself, but just be a bit more mindful if you are on the verge of death.
Mindful?
Mindful of your control over yourself.
So, why tell me all this?
You just came to mind, for you are connected to a Demon King so directly. Just as Emery. And you can be trusted with such information.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't talk around with it. I don't even think the others would understand that. I mean, I myself barely understand it, so...
We will get around to teaching the others of this theory. Not even necessarily a theory at this point. More of a guarantee. If we take the right path.
How would I come to balance that? And just points at my own chest.
I guess you will figure that out in time. Father Death told me the same. And whenever we are done with Garavard, I might concoct a ritual to contact my mother. Perhaps that will
who's
bring me
that?
closer to infernal power.
Who was your mother again?
Zenifer, the Venomous.
Oh, wait.
She is not my birth mother, more of creator. But she treated me as a daughter.
Didn't I remove her head? Or was that a different Zenifer?
No, you did in fact remove her head. It's right here.
She holds up the skull.
Oh, you kept it.
Of course I did.
You even cleaned it. Oh.
Well, it's more that it naturally decayed over time. If possible, I might attempt to commune with it. And if even more possible, I will ask for a degree of her demonic energy.
Sorry for killing your mom, by the way.
It is fine. It was necessary. However, in the future, you might be a bit more mindful about mindlessly slaying demon generals. They have more to say than you think. However, Garavard in particular seems far too sent on kicking our...
She stopped herself.
I'm sorry. That came out wrong. Garavard
Just
seems...
tilts her head.
I was channeling an old power that I remembered from my time as Anoa. I meant to say that Garavard seems keen on destroying us.
Oh,
At least for fun.
So he's not an extended family member, yes?
No. He is
Good.
more of
Makes
a
it
very...
easier.
To put it in simpler terms, he is the drunk party uncle.
But those are fun.
Oh my fucking god.
And Garavard, in a degree, could be considered fun for some, despite his slaughter. He did rather like enjoying cities sometimes, but curiously the casualties were rather low.
All I'm hearing is I can kill him.
I would say, if need be, at least practice some degree of caution, so that we can still talk to him.
Okay,
Please do
just
not-
the legs and arms.
Torture is acceptable in this case. Not too
I
much,
don't know,
though.
so he can't run away or punch back.
At the very least, we need to talk to him once we have him vulnerable.
Alright.
Thank you for understanding, Mina. I hope you understood all of that.
I will try to. If I have problems with that, I guess I'll come to you, since you seem to know some stuff about it.
Well, I appear to be the start of a sort of schism, in a way. So, that would be the case. How ironic, given I used to be a cleric.
Quite so.
Anyways,
Speaking of ironic, I have just a question that may or may not be heretical. My father is basically a demon god, right? And
Correct.
my mother she was a celestial being, right?
correct.
Yeah, so
goddess of
what
nightmares.
what would that make me then?
A mixture of the two. Which is why you're one of the
So-
ideal candidates for this conversation.
So, with the balance and everything, you also mean to balance that inside of me, not only the infernal, but also the celestial, right?
Correct. It might be advisable in the future to attempt to contact Umbra. If you could
I guess.
potentially
But
find
it's-
it, it might be difficult, but I'm sure you
I'm
could
still
find a holy
trying to
symbol.
find out. Still trying to find out, to reach them, I guess.
In the future, if you do find a holy symbol of Umbra, I would advise you to maintain it.
Alright.
Anyways, I apologize for disturbing your slumber, but it was a
Yeah, it was
necessary
actually-
conversation.
I was actually trying to meditate. I fell asleep.
Well, good luck with your meditations.
Yeah. I'll fall asleep again, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. Worth a try, though. Anything else I can help you with?
Not particularly. I will now be taking my leave for the night.
Right. Oh, by the way,
Yes?
you said you met your father and everything, but your mark gives off strong energy that even I can smell. You might want to cover that up. You know, paladins.
No, I don't think I will. Although,
Alright then.
if necessary, I could always hide with Nistel's magic aura. However, the paladins know that I'm rather attuned to death. And quite frankly, they'd be foolish to challenge that.
Well, humans are stupid.
You do realize I was human, correct?
And
Yes.
and who's here now?
Very well. Good night. Come,
Good
Nevermore.
night. You did know I meant other humans, right?
Man, Asphodel always getting the shit out of the stick. Zarthas being like, "Oh, reborns fucking suck."
That was okay. That is not what he said.
Yeah,
that is not
it's
what
like
he
fucking
said.
Asphodel hears reborn. It's like, huh? You know, like humans
He
suck.
wa-
God
he
damn
was
it.
insulting specifically Rivera on that one. That was not on Reborns.
Listen, Asphodel is more petty.
Yeah, I
in that sense than you think.
realize.
It's the goth girlfriend syndrome.
True.
Off GF syndrome. Okay, and I guess that'll be the end of episode Asphodel.
Damn, that was a good fucking episode. Holy shit.
I guess you were right in that it's not as long as a DDD episode, but that was still a long, like, D&D session.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Oh,
To be fair, this was like RP central with
Oh, yeah.
an insane amount of lore. Like, insane for
Definitely.
this campaign. Because pretty much it basically confirmed a lot of my old theories. Which is kind of like... Well, one of my original theories was like siding with Avenir. But it
Yeah.
seems more in the case of technically we kind of need to do that. But it's more in the line that we just need to break the balance.
I think Avenir is just trying to get us strong enough to be able to do that.
Correct.
And,
Because
like,
to be
he's
fair...
he's like the gatekeeper of that. You know, it's like if we fail, well, he'll just try again. If we win, he's succeeded probably.
Correct. Now, if we think about it from what Asphodel knows from her memories and shit, Avenir has basically been planning this intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
Because Asphodel was like placed in the tomb of Alnoa Sunset.
Yep.
This was intentional. We know this, and like Zennifer was in on it. And all the generals, like especially when in the previous episode when we were fighting Garavard,
Yep.
he had to hide the fact that he knows something more,
And
something
that
that
he was
Asphodel almost got, but
Potentially stalling.
she could not get. Yeah. So it's more likely that in this case, with what Asphodel knows, Avenir's plan is becoming much more like prominent.
Yeah.
And Avenir's probably, assuming he's scrying on us, he's probably really happy with Asphodel right now. But for the moment, my new plan with the Garavard fight is basically I want to weaken him to the point where we can basically just interrogate his ass, or like actually have a friendly conversation.
And then he turns into a pair of gauntlets.
Potentially. But the thing is like, the main portion is that all of us need to find ways to gain Infernal and Celestial at the same time. However, with the Persilla stuff,
I don't know if
as we
all
saw
of
with
us.
Asphodel, well, at least one of us.
It's
and
like
then
one of us couldn't become the catalyst.
Muna, yeah, Asphodel, Muna, and Emery are the biggest, like, most obvious candidates for that. And technically, Warlocks were mentioned, so Zarthas is also a good candidate. But generally speaking, Asphodel seems to be like the schism. The most obvious for Ascension early on is Muna and Emery. But it's basically we need to find ways to break the balance, completely kind of go
gotta shatter
along
the
with
Elden
the
Ring.
Paladins. We have to shatter the Elden Ring. Yes.
Beautiful.
Great shuddering.
The shattering.
But there's a very interesting goal now for all of us to do.
The loathsome.
The loathsome dung eater.
The loathsome sharkity.
The loathsome god.
The all-knowing.
Asphodel Meadows, the god girlfriend.
The deathbed
So,
companion.
is it official now, or...?
What, Zarthas and Asphodel? Yes.
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 Oh. Nice.
So, technically speaking, we've been doing like text RP and shit, but as far as I know, they've been together for a few months at this point.
Yeah, well, but now it's official that everybody sort of knows, right?
Yeah, it's not like they don't keep it hidden. Like Asphodel's probably the one that's like shy about it in like broad daylight, and Zarthas does not care for others' like perception of it.
Yep.
More or less.
Well, yeah, I'm tapping a corpse. What you say about that?
He do be a blood weaver.
He wouldn't ask someone's opinion about it. That's just it.
Fuck. I don't know how to spell.
Spell
Hey,
harder.
Spell what?
What?
Like,
What?
Spell what? WHAT.
What are you trying to spell?
I'll just go to Google Translate. It's okay.
Bruh.
It's okay.
But
They're
you
doing
know,
a private
I
Emery X
enjoy the
Arkham
Furies.
RP in the background. I know what they're doing.
They're writing on the side.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I know what I mean.
It's not like Arkham is poisoned.
Oh, good God.
in the Asphodel tent.
Oh my God, they're already doing it in the fucking tent. Get out of their tent, you motherfuckers!
Oh, I hope
Okay.
for you that you put up a silence spell around when you two are in that tent.
There's a
She
private
does.
sanctum up, like, constantly.
That's
What I
it
wanted
does.
to say,
Yeah, that was the
I enjoyed
start
the
of the whole
Furies.
conversation.
I
You guys said something, and my brain was like, "Oh, do you want to test out how soundproof that tent really is?"
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
quick
This is
question,
just-
real
It's just a
Yeah,
joke.
quick question, real quick. How tall is Zarthus again?
holy no.
above average for a humanoid. What? Above 6 feet? 6'2",
Yeah, he's probably like 6.
6'4".
Yeah,
No.
Something like that.
So
height I can never
around-
attain.
Not stupid measurements, please.
So
Hold
I
on.
think around
185
that's
centimeters
around
exactly.
Yeah, I was about to say 185 and stuff. How tall is Asphodel?
Hold on,
He's
let me get it in
like
centimeters.
142.
Like
what I'll say.
154, I think.
Okay.
Roughly.
That's probably
She's
Ryan, is it
small.
not?
Yeah, she's a munchkin. Then
No,
That's like
you're
5'1".
You're a bit taller, something.
I was a bit
Okay.
taller? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, Santi,
Hi.
roll for dick size.
No.
Oh my God.
That's Sojin.
Roll me 2d6.
Okay, now it's
Look,
now that
we-
Sojin has said it. Okay, fine. Here you go.
Look, we've rolled for fucking Fade to Black.
You said 2d6?
At least once.
2d6.
All right, you got it.
Okay,
Is that
okay, now roll
unlucky or
another
lucky?
2d6.
Well, another
Roll
2d6.
another 2d6.
You got it. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
looking.
no.
We're looking at a cube here.
I'm scared. I'm
Okay,
scared.
So
You should be
it's 8
scared! This is
inches
what I
long
said
and
from the
8
beginning!
inches in girth.
I want to know what is the size?
It's 8 long and 8 like girth.
So we're looking at a cube.
Holy fuck.
What, dude? That's a cube.
That's D&D
No.
right there in a
Showed.
nutshell.
Exactly.
Yeah, we hit the critical roll meme.
Yep.
So are we just gonna say what he's an 8-incher and that's it?
Yes.
We can't just take
Wait,
we can't just take a 1d6 for girth. We have to do 2d6.
Okay. 8 inch is
Sure.
20 centimeters. Well done. Your
Yeah.
your character is well equipped.
Not really. not
What
with
do you
the,
mean?
not with the second roll.
I guess.
Never mind.
Okay, Santi, roll a
uh,
d6. Roll a d6.
All right, you got it, buddy. Oh, 1d67.
It's okay. Asphodel has Death Ward.
Fucking.
All
right, that's
You're wrong.
That's at least. That's at least more reasonable than a cube.
That's a rectangle
okay.
now.
Thank God, as it should be. We're looking at an eggplant, ladies and gentlemen.
You do realize it
You
is
did
like the
this, lad.
circumference.
I didn't
of that,
ask for
right?
this. You did this shit. Here's your answer.
Yeah, well done. You've got a better dick than most guys on Pornhub. Anyway,
It's
honestly,
the
my
Constitution.
thought, my thought was just
Stop. Stop. Whoever did that, stop.
What?
Yeah, all right, you better
What?
stop.
Oh, I just saw it. I just got deleted. I saw it.
Good.
My main sort of jokingly concern was if Asphodel next morning would have to do stitches there or not.
Jesus Christ.
Nah, she's fine.
She does get the obliterated status, yes, but she recovers.
Yes, I add the obliterated status.
She do be flexible.
Look, she's a rogue. She's a
You
fucking
just
rogue
you-
wizard.
Listen, you just remove a few stitches in a specific place and you're fine.
Oh my fucking god.
Either way, Momyun has a very sensitive nose, so she can smell when something happened.
No. Magically,
Yes.
no.
Nuh-uh.
Not within the tent. If they do it outside the tent, sure.
This is what
fair game.
prestidigitation is for.
Which they
God damn
may.
it.
Santi,
Maybe.
I can just tell you real quick, people smell different after they've done it.
Oh, fair enough. There's not hiding that. Well, prestidigitation, but
Prestidigitation. Asphodel would obviously do that.
You can't hide the shame.
And thank you guys for attending episode Asphodel.
Thank you for hosting.
Now you have all,
rolling-
we have
I'm
only
rolling
Avidas left.
Santi size.
Zarthaz.
Zarthaz.
So before we end, do we have to roll another 1d100? Because we
For
know
what?
what's happening.
Sure.
Huh?
Oh.
I want to do it this time. You got it last time.
Okay, you do it. Come on.
It's my
Roll
turn.
1 or 100. I fucking dare you.
Wait. Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh, that's a nice number though.
Okay. It doesn't matter. I was about to ask higher or lower, but this is still.
No, we're doing
Sure.
no higher, lower. What?
Yeah. Like. Okay. Yeah. This is still.
It's
This
an
is
even high. What do they get?
A headache.
Nothing.
I would say, come on, for effect, Asphodel like limps next
sticky.
morning for a bit.
That's what they get.
Yeah. We get
What,
this.
did she walk like a fucking nurse from Silent Hill
We have a half.
for a few hours?
We have half movement speed.
I'm
for...
not saying a limp. I'm saying like a slight
half a
limp.
year.
No, yeah,
Nah,
she
nah,
could-
it's a full lip limp.
It's a Silent Hill nurse. Yeah, that's fine. I can work with that.
All right. Okay, cool.
Ha.
Yeah, every guy in this fucking encampment is gonna be like, wow, they're the only ones, and I'm getting nothing.
I feel like if there's male and female soldiers, like that's got to be pretty common in the barracks. I'm sure.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Probably.
Actually, no. When they're that faithful, they may not.
Maybe.
actually.
Yeah. Well, given
Do your
Christine's a
paladins
goddess
are
of
some of the
life.
horniest motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
They have
I-
resistance to fucking
Especially if
diseases.
we bring along the clerics from Anemone's church, it's over. It's over
Yes.
for this camp.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Dude,
Anemone's
dude,
back home though, unless we rolled her somewhere. we
With
rolled
Laura
the
around, with Laura around, I would imagine. I would be surprised if they did it.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Good lord.
I thought Laura was a respectable woman.
Oh, she is.
She was.
No,
Look,
she still is.
Look, in this
I'm
world,
gonna be-
there's no chastity.
Why is Arthaz's clone coming out of her tent?
I'm gonna be honest.
Always got a line to that
I'm so tempted to
Failure
put my skills back up and write a little like NSFW story about Zarthas and Asphodel.
Well,
Fucking
we're getting
do it.
there. I mean, I wouldn't prefer because I wouldn't trust my writing skills. I'd be embarrassed to try that. I'm fine writing a romantic, like we're doing a first date kind of thing, like being ballroom dancing in the moonlight kind of deal. But
Yeah, I mean,
wouldn't be
that's what we're
comfortable-
doing.
I wouldn't be comfortable to the extent of NSFW, personally. If Polaris wanted to write it, that's on him.
I mean, I
don't-
could,
don't
but
think
I only
can-
do that with permission.
I don't think
You know-
I give you
you know what
permission.
to do,
I just don't
Polaris.
think
You know
I
what
could.
to do,
I couldn't chime in personally.
Yeah, if fucking Len wants to write this shit, I want to say let him cook.
I say that I'm saying that I'm tempted, not that I like.
You have
only
ref-
if you're only if you're good with it, only if you're okay with
you
that.
have reference
I'm entirely
material.
fine, I don't
you
give a
have
fuck.
reference material for how they act, even in writing, with how we're writing them. So you have my permission.
Len, do I need to share some art with you about a certain commission just for reference material?
True.
Sure, do what you will. I can writingly include that if you wanna.
Okay, hold on.
Then I will have to think about it for a bit till I
Oh
start
yeah, have you
writing.
got
I
any
always need to
updates? I want
start.
to see.
Not yet. Probably tomorrow.
Ah, it's gonna be exciting. dude.
Because obviously, Ryu's is a Filipino, so his time's like
yeah.
basically when it's night for me is
It's
when
day.
it's like evening for him,
Yeah.
Wait,
and that's when he works on shit.
Who's Filipino? Huh?
Right, Ryutoshi.
Ryutoshi.
Oh, Ryutoshi.
Yeah, for Asphodel's commission.
I think I'm gonna head out to keep playing some more Elden Ring. Sojin, if you want to join with Malekith, I will call you up. I will be in my Discord. Thank you all for playing. I'll see y'all
Stay
around.
here.
Yep.
Stay here. Stay here. Is that good? I mean, I don't want to interrupt.
Stay in the chat.
I'll be doing my thing where I read stuff, so I don't want to.
One chat. Stay in chat.
Okay.
Okay,
fine.
where's the Len
then
at?
I'm putting on the webcam and getting rid of. Actually, I'll keep you guys. Nah, you do group Fugi.
I just sent you a message, so it should be
Yeah, I
way
saw
out
it.
now.
Okay, so here you get to actually see the commission in progress, and you also get to see the NSFW.
Yo, send me the NSFW.
okay.
You didn't send me that one.
Yeah, one
Mostly
sec.
because I didn't ask at the time, but now since we're sharing it, fuck it, we ball.
Yeah. I only share with people who want it.
Fair enough.
I want all of it. Damn it.
Okay.
I have to say that is first of all some very fine art, and
Yeah.
second of all, yeah, that's how I would expect her to stare down on Zarthas while doing it. So
We swap.
Okay.
We swap who does the stare down.
As you should. As you should.
Everyone in this call now has the NSFW version.
Elden
like,
Ring.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I can see people like fab into this. Like, honestly, yes, they would.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Understandable. She's so pretty.
Genuinely, they would. Especially like with the moonshine, it just looks so fucking great. I have to
Damn,
say, like,
I'm waiting for the colors on this. They're gonna be fucking insane.
Oh, you did send. Oh, so you did send that version. Okay.
I was about to say.
No.
mm.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Leonard,
I guess for me because of the
You didn't process it.
I didn't know. I guess not. I didn't zoom in. It looked more like a sports bra, but I was like, oh, that's just the stitching. Duh. Fucking.